Morning everyone and welcome to Hoppers Motorsport Vlogs. How are we doing? Today's vlog is about Jason Plato's announcement that he's going to be retiring from the Touring Car Championship at the end of this season, the 2022 Quick Fit British Touring Car Championship season. And what do we think of it? And will the fans miss him? Will people wish him that he was back for next season to have potentially loads more race wins to his name, etc. and all that jazz. For example, we're not going to be slating, as a disclaimer, Jason Plato or the team or even Jason Plato's career. So as you know, Jason Plato started his career in British touring cars way back in 1997. It seems a long time now. He's been in it for quite some time. He had maybe two seasons out at the end of 2001 when he won his first of two British touring car titles. But obviously, Jason's decided this season will be his last season in BTCC. Personally, when he announced he was going to be racing for BTC Racing, obviously Steve Dubman's team, and of course Danny Buxton as manager, Jason was announced that he would be racing the third FK8 Honda Civic Type R, and and then it came about that it will be his last season in BTCC. Ultimately, it's a big shame to lose a legend of the sport within the likes of JP. He's, as I say, he's been in the championship since 1997, but obviously maybe he's getting older now, times are getting on, and he wants to try stuff before he starts getting to a stage where he's not going to be physically fit to fit in, well, not to fit in the race car, but not to be able to race a race car. So he's been exploring potential other options for 2023. It's a big shame to lose him on the touring car grid, but obviously, that's his own decision, and obviously, he's now chasing after his 100th win. He sits on 97 wins, and potentially at the moment it's looking very bleak that he's going to get his third title unless something drastically really changes in the second half of the season and he climbs up the table and be more consistent than the likes of his teammate Josh Cook. But however, it seems that at the moment, to get his 100th race win, it's not looking the best, it's not looking ideal. I think the way things are going, it's going to be all or nothing for him. But I don't know exactly what's going on at the moment. The car seems to be down on power anyway, with the new M Sport engine. And I think Josh Cook rightly said at the weekend, his teammate had said, well, something needs to change, otherwise they're going to be in a lot of trouble. And I don't know whether that's with Josh's car himself or whether it's to do with all three, within the likes of Jason and of course Jade Edwards. And I think with Jason Plato being the veteran of now essentially the British touring car field, because he is the only I'm not going to say the only he's the veteran of the sport. He's the oldest one that's been in the championship for a long time. But I think at the moment he's trying to chase it after his 100th race win. I don't want to sound disrespectful, but at the moment, for someone that wants to chase after a third championship, maybe even 100th race wins, it's looking very bleak unless, like I said, something drastically happens in the second half of the season where the guys way ahead of him in the championship have issues and they're at the back. I know the championship at the moment is going through its first phase of being hybrid. So is that playing a factor? Is that why JP has decided, well, I'm going to call time on my BTCC career because, yeah, the future of the sport's changing. Yeah, I'm getting on a bit. Or is it vice versa? It's a lot of things to take in, and I feel ultimately, yeah, he's had a good few years in BTCC. We know for a fact in 2020 when COVID, the pandemic hit the touring car calendar and it had to be reshuffled, etc. Jason decided, well, I'm going to step down a season and then come back in 2021 once I know for a fact it's going to be okay and we can get back racing and we have all this sort of potential sponsorship, maybe because, yeah, COVID was a big thing in 2020, the pandemic. It's still, even though we're sort of almost back to some sort of normality, there is obviously quite a few still waves of COVID going on. It's not going to, COVID unfortunately isn't going to go away. So with Jason Plato in mind, I think he's realised, with the championship, it's now getting better. The younger drivers are now coming into the frame, such as Ash Sutton, Tom Ingram, Josh Cook, Dan Rowbottom, just to throw a few guys out there. To just be all about, well, I'm now in my 50s, and do I really want to carry on driving BTCC when I get into my 60s? And ultimately, I think he's decided, well, I'm getting on a bit now for a different challenge. I want to see a different light. I want to see different parts of the world that I probably would never have seen if I stayed within mainland Britain doing BTCC. So, with Jason Plato in mind, I think, yeah, people will miss him. His fan base will miss him. Personally, we'll miss him, even though we're not a big, massive fan. I think we'll probably see him at a couple of events as a guest, but as a driver, it's the end of a very good innings in BTCC. It's not been the easiest. Like I say, he's trying to chase after his 100th race win at the moment. It's looking very bleak unless something changes. To get a third championship, that's really looking bleak. He's on 36 points at the moment. And, what's going on? Why all of a sudden has he been potential race winner to now sort of fighting for points and being thereabouts in the points in some of the races? What's going on? But the only person who can answer that is Jason Plato. So at the end of the day, Jason's obviously made that decision, and it seems like he's probably made it the right thing for him to do. At the end of the day, you can't just go, well, this and this will happen to get a 100th race win. He's going to have to work harder now because, like I say, unless something drastic happens in the second half of the season, that, the likes of his teammate Josh Cook or Tom Ingram that are first and second championship lose out on potential a lot of things. They have a lot of mechanical issues, and because of that, they lose so much ground. Or it's still 5 rounds to go, and how many races left in the championship come the end of July at Knockhill. So that itself, is a big factor. Then they've obviously got the tyre test at Snetterton, the Goodyear tyre test. Maybe that's a bit of a way to say, well, the tyres we've got this season, because we're all on the medium, or if we go to Thruxton, we're on the hard compound, and if it's wet, we've got the solitary wet tyre, we're not on intermediate, we're just on a basic wet tyre. And I think because it's all the tyres are on the medium compound, there's obviously no soft compound, there's no mixture. Obviously, bar Thruxton, where you have to use the hard compound because it's so abrasive if you put the mediums on, because obviously the speeds to reach around there. And obviously, if it's raining, they're on obviously wet tyres anyway. So, maybe the medium tyres are playing a factor as well with this hybrid. Maybe it's taking a bit of situation about that. But maybe Jason's trying to play it cool. Maybe he's trying to think, well, I'll try and get into the top 12 where I can get the reverse grid pole position for race 3. Or maybe he's trying to set up the car how he wants it. It's the first time he has driven, obviously, of course, the Honda, the car slash sort of team built, if you will. The team he fighted for with the likes of Matt Neal back in 2005, 2006. The whole dynamics operation, because it is a potentially, excuse me, a dynamics shell. It is a dynamics car essentially. So he's probably feeling a bit weird and a bit like, ooh, I'm now in my rival's sort of sister car team, if you will. It's a bit weird, but hopefully, Jason gets his 100th race win. It's looking very unlikely he's going to get his third title unless something drastically happens. But yeah, I'm interested to know your comments, guys. Leave a comment in the comment section below. But I'm really interested to hear your thoughts and opinions. I personally don't know where he's going to head off after this season, whether he's going to look at going to Le Mans or go and do GT racing or even historic stuff. It's very difficult to find out what Jason Plato's plans are for 2023. But obviously, you know, personally, we will miss the guy on the grid. He's a legend of the sport. He's been there from 1997, as I said. He's had 2002, 2003, and then obviously 2020 out of the championship. But he's always been evolved around BTCC, and with coming back in 2004, bringing Seat to the touring cars when they were running the Toledo Cupra, it seemed to be a lot of interest with that. And then obviously 2006 they brought the Leon Cupra, and then Seat pulled out. Then he went to obviously race a Chevrolet Lacetti, and then the Cruise when he won the title in 2010 at Brands Hatch. Excuse me. In the Chevrolet Cruise at the final meeting, I was actually there when he won his second title. So it's very interesting. And obviously, if he hadn't made that step to go and see Frank Williams and ask for his time to talk to him, to see exactly what was going on, to get that drive at Williams back in the day in '97 with the Renault Laguna. Obviously, Sir Frank Williams passed away last year or early this year. So, without Sir Frank Williams giving Jason Plato that chance to be in BTCC, I don't think we would have seen Jason Plato in a British touring car. So, Jason has a lot of people to thank for his career, and yeah, it's been quite a whirlwind, quite a bit of I don't know whether it's been emotional or whether it's been one of the difficult things at the moment for Jason is thinking, well, my mindset's that 100th race win. He sits on 97 wins. Maybe in the second half of the season, if the team get his car how he wants it and how he drives, then maybe we'll see a resurgence and maybe he'll get that 100th race win before the end of the season. It's difficult at the moment to tell whether he's going to get it. I don't mean this in a disrespectful way. I don't mean it to slate Jason or BT Racing or even the Honda. I think, looking at it at the moment, it seems very bleak, because he's down in the points in wherever he is with 36 points. Yeah, okay, he's tried to knock on the points a few times, but then there's been times where he's made mistakes and he's not even in the points, or he's had issues where it's dragged him further down the order than he expected. And I think the only person that knows what's going on is Jason himself. And like I say, I'm not here to disrespect him. I'm not here to disrespect BTC Racing or the Honda. I think, with this hybrid system that's out in BTCC, it's not just down to the driver. It's down to whether the hybrid system works or whether he's got to where he's using the boost where he thinks is going to gain the advantage, or like literally use the hybrid to make a move on someone, but then maybe someone's fought it and thought, well, I've still got let's say tons of laps left of hybrid, so then I can use the hybrid to get further up the field or get past you easily or try and get away from you battling me. I don't know whether Jason's thinking, well, this hybrid's a bit of a new thing, and it's a bit of a kick in the teeth because I'm trying to make it work to my advantage, but then I can't because the up and coming stars of BTCC are miles up the road, and I'm battling the likes of independent drivers or the rookies of the series. But I don't mean that in a bad way, because obviously I've been following the championship for 23 years. You know, and I have seen Jason racing all manner of machines. I've seen him racing, obviously, the Renault Laguna, Vauxhall Vectra, the Vauxhall Astra Coupe, the Seats. I've seen him. I didn't see him race the MG, but I've seen him obviously. You know, the Chevrolet Cruze. You know, and the Lacetti. I've seen him race the Vauxhall Astra. Even now, okay, I've not seen him race the Honda at a circuit, but I've now seen him race the Honda on telly and obviously the MG on telly. I've seen him race the Subaru Levorg when he brought that to the championship, and how much of an animal that car was, and how much it was really not the best car to bring to BTCC. So, you know, for someone that is potentially now announced his retirement from BTCC at the end of the season, you can safely say that Jason Plato has enjoyed and had a fruitful campaign in British touring cars. I think come the last lap of race 30 at Brands Hatch at the sort of second weekend of October will be emotional for all people, not just Jason Plato himself, but obviously Jason Plato fans. There'll be a lot of people in the paddock wishing him all the best. I hope, and this is what I really hope, I hope that ITV, when it gets towards the last rounds of Jason Plato's touring car career, that they put on a special montage and BTC Racing put a special livery for him, because that'll be a perfect way for a good send off. But if he gets that, if he tries to fight for that 100th race win, say for example it gets to Brands Hatch on the Grand Prix League but in October, and he gets pole position for race one, but then he goes and wins race one, wins race two, and then fights his way to go and win race three, for example. He's done it before, where he's won all three races around the GP loop back in 2009, driving the Chevrolet Lacetti. Then, you know, maybe that will be a good omen, because then it will get him onto his pretty much 100th race win. So if imagine if he gets to the final round of the championship and he gets his 100th race win in his last ever touring car rounds, you know, that would be absolutely the icing on the cake for his season. You know, okay, it wouldn't be getting that third title, but to get his 100th race wins on finals day would be pretty much probably emotional, probably thinking how hard has this season been, because obviously with hybrid and potentially racing a car that he's never raced before. You know, the only thing is I've never seen with Jason Plato is that he's never raced a rear wheel drive touring car. Oh well, he has actually with the Subaru Levorg. Yeah, that was rear wheel drive, wasn't it? I do apologise. I nearly shot myself in the foot there, because I probably would have got a comment saying, "Yeah, you know, we raced the Levorg and that was rear wheel drive." Excuse me. But yeah, it's you know, it's a bit of a topsy turvy world in BTCC. We all know that from how the championships evolved. But I think with Jason, you know, he needs to think what's going to happen to get these 100th race wins. He's got a good circuit within Knockhill coming up. I think he likes Knockhill. I think, you know, 9 times out of 10 he's had a few race wins there. I'm not too sure what's going on at the moment though, because it seems that he's, you know, yeah, okay, he's battling for points, but you know, he's been in the last two meetings at Alton Park and then Croft, he's only been in the points in one of the races. He's been outside the points in the other two, and it's been like that for a bit this season, where he's been in the points some races, or he's been in the points in one race, but then he's dropped back. Infamously at Brands Hatch on the Indy circuit early on this season, in race three, he you know, tried to go into Druids and then locked up a brake and then went into the gravel and retired. And that just shows exactly what is going on. And I'm sure Jason will have a lot of answers for, you know, potentially the fans that want to know what's going on at the moment. Why isn't he chasing after that 100th race win? Personally, I feel like that's a bit of a weird one at the moment. I don't know exactly what's going on with Jason Plato, or whether he's just playing a mind game and thinking, well, let's get to rounds 28, 29, 30, the championship, and then with my last hurrah in BTCC, we'll obviously potentially try and give it all and try and get the 100th race wins, because if we're not going to fight for the race wins at Knockhill, Snetterton, Thruxton, Silverstone, which are the 4 tracks before Brands Hatch finale, then maybe he'll kickstart and try and fight for his 100th race win there. But it's very difficult to tell exactly what's going on with the Plato mindset. You know, like I say, the only person that can tell us is obviously Jason Plato himself. But, you know, the fans will miss him. I know for a fact there's a few people that I know follow him and they'll miss him. But obviously, you know, I obviously, you know, the thumbnail for this is, will fans miss him? And I think people might go, well, that's a stupid question, of course, but you know, whatever he decides to do for 2023, it'll be interesting to see and follow his progress. Obviously, you know, it's a shame he won't be in a touring car, but maybe he might go historic touring cars. You never know. But unfortunately, that won't be on the TOCA bill unless it somehow magics its way onto the support bill of the TOCA package. But I highly doubt that. But you never know. Jason may go into GTs. He may go into essentially a lot of things within there. Excuse me. May go into historics. You know, he's obviously done a few Goodwood revivals in the past. So let us know what you think in the comments, guys. Do like and subscribe to Hoppers Motorsport Vlogs for more motorsport events or motorsport chats like we are doing now. And yeah, who knows what's coming up. The next vlog will be coming out hopefully today. I'm going to try and do 3 vlogs in one day is what I'm going to try and do today, which is today is the 28th of June 2022. It is Tuesday. Luckily I'm off work so I can get these done. But obviously please do like and subscribe to Hoppers and Motorsport Vlogs. It would help us out massively. I'm looking forward to producing the next vlog. Not too sure what the next one's going to be, but I'll give you a sneak preview. Is if Tom Ingram can win this season's title. That is exactly what the next vlog is going to be. I will be doing that in the next couple of minutes, but this one will be going on to YouTube. Do check out the Tom Ingram vlog once that's done, as well as one other today. I'm looking forward to getting a few vlogs out here today. Seems rightly so that I'm off work, so I might as well get it out. So yeah, thank you for tuning in, guys. Let us know what you think about this vlog to Jason Plato. Will we miss him? What do you guys think? Do you think he's getting on a bit now and he's probably thinking, well, I'm going to play it safe and, you know, see how this season just goes? But let's see exactly what's going to happen for that. Let us know in the comments. Please do like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys very soon. Ta-ra.